There comes a season in your life where growth stops being loud. You don't announce it. You don't explain it. You don't ask for permission. You simply change. And to the people who knew the old version of you, that change can feel unsettling. They say you're different. They say you've gone quiet. They say you're not as available as you used to be. What they're really saying is this: you no longer operate in a way they can predict. Becoming unrecognizable isn't about abandoning who you are. It's about becoming so aligned with your purpose that distractions no longer have a voice. In 2026, focus is no longer optional. It's survival. Most people spend their energy explaining their choices instead of executing them. They talk about what they're going to do, who they're becoming, where they're headed, and the more they talk, the less they move. The ones who win do the opposite. They go quiet. They go inward. They go to work. They don't need applause while they're building. They don't need validation before they've finished. They don't need agreement from people who aren't walking the same road. They have a reason. They have a why. And when your why is strong, your silence makes sense. You start to realize that not everyone deserves access to your vision. Not everyone can hold it. Not everyone wants to see you win, not because they hate you, but because your growth reminds them of what they've avoided. So you stop explaining. You let your work speak. You let your consistency speak. You let your discipline speak. Becoming unrecognizable requires discipline when no one is watching. It requires effort when motivation fades. It requires showing up on the days you don't feel inspired, energized, or confident. It means you keep going when there's no immediate reward, no praise, no recognition. You don't do it because it feels good. You do it because it matters. You do it because you matter. Most people want the results without the sacrifice. They want the outcome without the isolation. They want the success without the seasons of discomfort. But transformation demands separation. There will be nights you choose rest over entertainment, mornings you choose focus over comfort, conversations you don't engage in anymore, not because you're better, but because you're serious. Serious about your future, serious about your family, serious about the life you're building. In this season, you stop chasing visibility and start chasing mastery. You stop reacting to noise and start protecting your energy. You stop trying to be understood and start being effective. That's when people start to notice. Not because you explained yourself, but because the results are undeniable. The strongest people don't look busy, they look calm. They move with intention, they speak with clarity, they don't rush to defend themselves, they know who they are, they know what they're building, and they know where they're going. Becoming unrecognizable means outgrowing old habits, old conversations, old expectations. It means choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term approval. It means accepting that some people will never understand your silence and being okay with that, because understanding is not required for alignment. In 2026, you don't need to explain your grind. You don't need to justify your focus. You don't need to narrate your growth. You just need to show up again and again until the work speaks louder than words ever could. And one day, they'll look at you and say, you changed. You won't argue. You won't explain. You'll smile quietly. Because becoming unrecognizable was the point all along.